Mana mo ako anim mo ba? Indians. Katulad po di ka itong usap? Sorry.
Good day to all. I request the participants to kindly mute their mics. Please kindly mute your mics.
Not one. Maybe I did the part. Did you go to?
क्या नाम?
जी सर मैं यहीं पे हूँ सर.
Yes, ma'am. Please mute the mics of the participants, please.
One person?
Definitely, sir. Professor Naveed is there. He'll just mute all the mics.
49.
We have got the resource person along with us. We'll start with our lecture. Please kindly mute your mics.
Sorry, sir.
So we have got 5 minutes. So I'll take the permission from Dr. Anand Nair to just give a warm welcome to all of you. Good day and warm greetings to all of you from Khaja Bandanawaz University, Faculty of Engineering and Technology. I, Dr. Ruksar Fatima, Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Technology, welcome you all to this webinar on blockchain technology. We are very much thankful to our Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Syed Shah Gesudaras Khusro Hussaini, for giving us the permission to conduct this webinar with a very talented person, Dr. Anand Nair, who does not need any kind of introduction. Mr. Syed Ali, we are equally thankful to our Pro-Chancellor, Sir, Mr. Syed Ali Al Hussaini, Sir, Professor A.M. Pathan, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Rajasab, our Registrar, Mr. Syed Mustafa Ali Al Hussaini, Sir, Director, Dr. Sheikh Kamal Muhammad Azam, Principal Khaja Bandanawaz College of Engineering, for extending their cooperation. We have IEEE Bangalore section and IET as our technical support partners. I am grateful and thankful to all the participants for giving their overwhelming response. We have got around 1,000 registrations from across the globe. I very wholeheartedly welcome today's resource person, Dr. Anand Nair, who is a researcher and scientist and who is now working with Zoe Tan University, Vietnam. I request Dr. Anand Nair, sir, to introduce himself and start with the webinar. Thank you very much, sir.
Can we start in 5 minutes?
Yes, sir, please, please.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, just now I completed my lecture in the university and just now I reached my home and I just want some water so that after that I can start.
Line up.
Madam, first of all, please do this thing for some of the disturbance, please. Mute the mics, everybody. Thank you.
Mga tapag ka baboy. Baboy. Iya, sa baboy, mape.
I request all the participants to kindly mute their mics. I request all the participants kindly mute their mics. It is disturbing the resource person. Professor Naveed, kindly mute the mics of all.
Good evening.
लिखा है था total marks 296
resizing your columns and rows.
जास्त करावं लागत नाही. आपण जे
Most of this we understand what
Hello.
সাবমিট করতে গন্ডগোল হয়েছে বা কিবা ডকুমেন্টস কমার্স না
ক্লাস রে
ঠিক আছে
Please mute your mics. I request all the participants to kindly mute their mics. It's really disturbing. We have to start. We have got only 2 minutes to start with the lecture. I request all of you to kindly mute your mics.
to convert the UPI.
Admission
Should we start, madam? Excuse me. Are you able to listen to me? Okay, thank you. Okay, everybody, let's start the lecture. Okay. Okay. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Anand Nair, and I'm working as professor, researcher, and scientist in Graduate School, University, Da Nang, Vietnam. And I welcome you all to the one-day webinar on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and even blockchain. So before I start with my lecture, I will be, first of all, discussing cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and then we will go towards the blockchain. So let us start with my introduction. So you can see on the left-hand side that here is my photograph. Okay, so here is my photograph on the left hand side. You can see that I'm acting as a speaker with Dev Day Da Nang. It is one of the popular events of Vietnam. So last year my speaking has got the best speaker award. And you can see over here, this is my photograph by holding the Outstanding Researcher Award by my university. I'm the first professor in my university as a foreigner to be awarded as the Outstanding Researcher Award. So here is my photograph. I have organized one conference in Hanoi, Vietnam this year. It is on ICIT, that is International Conference on Intelligent Information Technology. And next year, again, I'm planning the same conference, and this will be in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And all the papers for this conference are indexed in ACM Digital Library, and we are already collaborated with 5 more SCI journals. And if you are interested for publishing the paper, you are most welcome to submit your papers. I will be taking care for your acceptance. So over here, you can see I'm having my speak over Google I/O, and Google I/O is one of the popular events here in Vietnam. So this is my speech on machine learning in healthcare. And this is my invention that I did with my co-lab people. That is an owl. It's a smart owl in which it can track your temperature, humidity, and even it can control your electrical equipments. And even it can coordinate with Google Home, and even with Apple AirPods and other smart devices. So let me introduce myself. I'm working as professor, researcher, and scientist in graduate school, Untitled Da Nang, Vietnam. I'm a PhD in computer science in the area for sensor communication, swarm intelligence, and network simulation, with 16 plus teaching and research experience, including consultancy experience for the areas of blockchain, artificial intelligence, smart cities, cybersecurity, penetration testing, and even network-based implementations. I'm specialized in WSN, managed swarm intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, cloud computing, big data, IoT, cybersecurity, AI, blockchain, smart cities, brain computing, and any other topic that you are listening, so you can collaborate with me. So I've published more than 425 research papers. 70 papers are already in SCI journals, 50 plus articles in open source, the first and the only one in Asia to cross the 50 mark in Open Source for You magazine. 25 books, 75 plus certifications from IT organizations from Microsoft, GAQM, Oracle, Being Cert, Exen, Lean Six Sigma, and many more. 1400 plus citations on Google Scholar with H-index of 20 and I-index of 51. Member of 90 plus research organizations as senior and associate member, including ACM Distinguished Speaker, the first one and the only one in Vietnam. And plus I'm also acting as senior member for IEEE and ACM. Apart from it, I'm running my own journal with IJ Global, that is International Journal of Smart Vehicles and Smart Transportation, IJSVST. And next year, we are expecting to get this journal indexed in Scopus indexings. So I'm associated with more than 500 conferences as national and international reviewer, technical advisory, program committee, proceeding chair, and even international advisory board member. So I've delivered more than 200 talks in 8 countries, delivered 50 keynotes and 100 plus faculty development programs across 9 countries. I'm a certified drone pilot, 2 inventions, 3 patents, and 15 copyrights. And I have won, because of my teaching and research, I have won more than 26 awards, including Distinguished Scientist Award, Young Scientist, Best Scientist, even Exemplary Educationist, Best Faculty Award, IST, Outstanding Teacher Award, and many other awards. So let us start, first of all, by understanding that what is actually meant by the evolution of money, so that you should be all having a strong base before you can understand Bitcoins and blockchain. And consider this as a small short-term course for all of you. So if you don't have any knowledge on blockchain, Bitcoins, and other currency, cryptocurrency, what it is all about, you are at the right place, because I'm going to discuss everything in a highly depth manner. And keep your questions on chat box. I will be coming on each and every question, and I will not close the session unless every question is not answered. So let's start, everybody, with first of all understanding what is meant by evolution of money. Now you can see when the man started living and man started exchanging the food, you can see we have the barter system. Okay, that barter system was there, in which I have a particular good and you have a particular good. So I can take your good and you can take my good. That was called the good to good exchange. So after that, we got the gold as a solid metal in order to have the valuation and to keep ourselves updated to the latest market trends. Then we have the metal coins, that is called the currency, the coins. Then we have the paper money. The paper money is even today prevalent, but we all know that paper money currency was actually being transformed by our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. But now the paper money is now stable. And after that, the paper money, the most important revolution came when MasterCard and Visa, these 2 companies, allocated plastic cards. And even we today know as like a Forex card, even credit card, debit card, shopping cards, all these type of cards are actually having the plastic money or the e-money. So after that, we have the electronic money transfer, in which we today known as IMPS, NEFT, RTGS, or other type of things. So this type of electric money is also known as a money transfer, when I transfer the money from my bank account to another bank account. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the word has changed. Now, let me tell you, what if I tell you that we are going to introduce a new currency, or I can say a currency in which there is no bank, there is no government, there is no taxation, and we just need a Bitcoin wallet, and all the money will be transferred in the form of bits in the blockchain network with a complete ledger in the world that can be shared and can be seen by whole of the people. So that is called the cryptocurrency. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future, in which today and tomorrow that is going to be an important part of our life, like smartphones. So that is called cryptocurrency. So you can see these are the top cryptocurrencies in the planet. The first important cryptocurrency is known as Bitcoins. Like we have currencies in the world, like we have dollar, we have euros, we have Vietnam dongs, we have Australian dollar, Hong Kong dollar, Chinese yuan. So similarly, in world of cryptocurrency, we have different types of currencies. Okay, so like we have Bitcoins, we have Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin, and many other. I will be telling you some of the websites through which you can start your trading, and even you can have more information after this lecture. So similarly, like you invest in mutual funds, you invest into, you can say gold bonds, you invest into shares, etc. So this is like the same currency. Its value can even come and even can touch the sky, but it can even fall down on the ground like anything. So over here, like we have a share-based, market-based fluctuations, we have the corrections. So similarly, in Bitcoins, the currencies can even go up and currency can even go down depending on the market cap. So what is cryptocurrency, everybody? It is basically known as the medium of exchange. Like we go for the basic called money debit and money credit in order to perform the money transfer from one party to another party. But let me tell you, cryptocurrency is regarded as the highly secure medium as compared to today's bank transactions. Because why? I'm going to tell you in a couple of minutes. So let me tell you right now, if you are looking for a currency that is actually highly secured and it is and it is called non-immutable and it is cannot be tampered or anywhere it can be hacked, that is the answer called cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is basically founded with the help of cryptography. So what is cryptography? We all know, we all study networking. So what is cryptography? Just converting the plain text to the hypertext, to the ciphertext. So in terms of cryptocurrency, we are having a practice of transforming the data or information into a non-readable format, which means suppose if I want to transfer the currency from party A to party B. So let me tell you in the word, you will be only knowing the ciphertext. So even the information is not at all exposed. So that is only meant in order to increase the security because it is very hard to break the unencrypted information in the world of blockchains and cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies are many. Some people say it is a scam. Some people say that it is going to rule the future. But according to me, as a computer scientist, and even I'm acting as a cryptocurrency miner, it is known as a strong medium of exchange where no tampering is almost possible. You can say that my money, when I'm transferring the money, even on internet, which is an unsecured network, because it is having double layer of encryption with public key and private key. And even we have the cryptography miners, which use computational intelligence based algorithms, that cryptocurrency becomes untouchable, or I can say a highly confidential for the hackers even to do any sort of attack. So cryptocurrency in the today's of 2019 onwards to 2020, or even I'm saying that I'm using cryptocurrency from the last 4 years, I have not seen any hacking that is actually possible in the world of cryptocurrency. So why cryptocurrency, everybody? This is the most important system that we need to understand. Now, if you see that if you talk of any country, whether it is India, China, or any other country, or USA, we have the Federal Reserves. So these Federal Reserves are the most important people that they actually take care for printing of the currency, allocating the currency to the banks, and they follow a system. So similarly, like you can see that in India, we have the central authority as Reserve Bank of India. And after that, we have the different banks, and then it is you. So we have a regulations by the government that how much money you can withdraw, how much money you can deposit, what is the amount of the taxation, everything. That is called a centralized system, which means the government controls the supply of the currency and everything can be controlled. Anything can be controlled by the government, but you don't have any control. So that can even lead to hyperinflation. But in terms of blockchains and cryptocurrency, this is called decentralized system in which there is no bank, there is no government, there is no taxation policy. Just between you as well as the sender, there is just the Bitcoin miner or just a hyperledger. That's all. So let me tell you, this is known as most important rate of production and through which you can even cap the market. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that today, China, Vietnam even, and even Hong Kong, Singapore, they are investing millions, or even I can say the European countries, USA, they are making these currencies legal. And there was a time when in India, this cryptocurrency was actually banned. But last year in 2018, Supreme Court has told that you people like in India, we can all use cryptocurrency and we can start and send the payment. So how you can do the cryptocurrency, how you can do the Bitcoins, how you can do the trading, I will be showing you the websites through which you just have to start an account. And after that, you just have to transfer some money from your bank account. And after that, you are ready to go and fly in the air and you can earn the money. So the advantages of decentralization is the most important thing is transparency. All the transactions that are happening between any party in the world that is using blockchains or Bitcoins, it is already documented. And let me tell you, I will be showing you in detail, but let me tell you what is actually meant by blockchain. So let me tell you, suppose there are tons of the parties, party A, B, C, and D, and they want to transfer the money to party F, G, H, I. If they want to exchange the money, every person has to have a blockchain, or I can say a Bitcoin wallet. And that wallet is acting as a bank account for them. So when they start the transfer of the money, it is actually encrypted with a private key, which is actually exchanged between the sender and the receiver. And we have the public key that is to authenticate the transaction. So when the transaction goes on the internet, it is actually known as peer-to-peer network. And we have the blockchain miners in order to actually validate the transaction. And they use computational algorithms in order to validate. So the first blockchain miner who is actually validating the transaction so that the transaction is standing valid and the money can be transferred, he is given some commission. And whatever the transaction is actually happening, it is just having some encrypted information. Okay, you can see, you can hear over, see, you can see that this is just an encrypted information. You don't need to share your party name, who is the sender, who is the receiver, and everything is secured. And that's the reason, everybody, that in the word of blockchain, you have the different blocks and every block has that entries, and these entries make a block. And when you have a particular block that is actually filled up, we have another block that is actually correlated with a particular chain that is called a regression chain. So that's why it is called a blockchain, where every block has a series of transactions. It goes on floating, floating, and floating, and every block is connected to other block. So that's why we have that called blockchain, but I will be discussing more and more. So the most important part of other decentralization, because I've already told you that when you're using cryptocurrency, you are actually using two layers of security. Two layer. So there is one private key between the sender and the receiver that is mutually agreed, but we have the public key, okay, for authentication. And after that, you are using SHA 256-bit encryption in order to secure the transactions. So almost we can say that the privacy is highly taken care of, because there is no need to share the name, who is the sender, who is the receiver, just an encrypted code that money is being transferred, that is unreadable by any person in the world. And secondly, it is secure because of SHA 256. So that's the reason, everybody, that this cryptocurrency is actually known as the perfect currency to be implemented in the real world. So the advantage of centralization, you can see that the central body is responsible for everything. Central body is there to back support the banks. They can even bail out the banks. They have the government regulations, and even the double spending of currency never occurs. So these are some of the advantages. But you see that even if there is a money in your bank, if the government tells you that, okay, you can't withdraw more than 50,000 rupees per day, which means that the government is regulating you. This is your money. You can do anything, you can deposit anything, you can withdraw anything. So that is a centralized control, but it is a negative control. It is not having any degree of freedom. But in terms of decentralization, everything is transparent and everything, you can say, is privately and secretly controlled. So that's the reason, everybody, today as an investor, I'm saying as a Bitcoin miner, I'm very happy to invest into Bitcoins as well as the other currencies. So the history, everybody, now let me tell you the most important, which you all should understand. Basically, we all know as the father of cryptocurrency or the father of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. He's a Japanese. He actually made the Bitcoins and even the blockchain. But let me tell you, he was not actually the core founder of this currency. No doubt, his blockchain and the Bitcoin the concept was actually implemented, and cryptocurrency was actually implemented in the real time with blockchain and Bitcoins. But before that, there were many people who actually made some conceptual methodologies, but their methodologies was actually not adaptable in the real world because of some drawbacks. I will be coming to these drawbacks now. So the first thing, everybody, that actually we should understand that the word of cryptocurrency was actually started by this person that is called Timothy May. And he was a retired Intel physicist. But the problem was he became worried about the lack of privacy, because even today, let me tell you, if you are sending a money from one person to another person, the bank knows who is the sender, who is the receiver, what is the money. Okay, so that is controlled by the government, but that is not privacy. We are sending the money. The bank should not know it because this is our money. So, but the main important thing was took by Dai. He was the man who actually created the foundation for cryptocurrency by inventing Bcash. But the main advantage was that it was anonymous, it was distributed. But the question was the customers cannot be taxed, and it was having a threat to be forced. And even there was some problem with regard to security. So that's the reason we can say that Timothy May laid the foundation for privacy matter. And after that, it was taken care by Dai in 1998, and they created the B money. But let me tell you, in 1998, but that B money was not even very effective. So Nick Szabo in 1998, he created his own cryptocurrency known as BitGold. But the only thing was that it was close to Bitcoin. But the main important thing was that it was lacking the security as well as privacy measures. And that's the reason, everybody, that actually Satoshi Nakamoto, he has taken the B money and BitGold as the foundation, and he added anonymity with regard to cryptocurrency or cryptography. And that's why he became popular. So Satoshi Nakamoto was not at all a high genius, we can say. He was actually taken some basis from the other things, and he made his own currency that was actually known as the first adaptable currency in the whole world. So BitGold was proof that it was possible to transform the solutions with complicated cryptographical problems. But the question is, there were a series of questions that were raised. How do you assign proper value to the strings? How you will encourage people to adapt it? And let me tell you, the most important thing was what type of system will be required in order to control the currency. So that's the reason, everybody, that even the BitGold by Nick Szabo was having lots of issues. So that's the reason, everybody, that these issues prevented B money and BitGold for getting the widespread support, and actually they died out. But that is now going to be the turning point when in 2008, now let me tell you, cryptocurrency is not a very old currency, actually started in the year of 2008. And even the first transaction that was done by Satoshi Nakamoto, you can even see it on the blockchain hyperledgers, because once the transaction is done, it cannot be removed. So it took in 2008 when there was an attempt to create the virtual money and cryptocurrencies. So the person from Japan, Satoshi Nakamoto, you can see the photo, and he announced his own first proposal that is called Bitcoins. So you can say first we have the B money, then we have the BitGold, and both of these were combined together in actually to form the Bitcoins. So in this Bitcoin, we have proper security, we have proper privacy, we have transparency, we have the system, we have peer-to-peer network, and we have the Bitcoin miners. So that was a system that was actually required, and this system became hit. So the main thing was that the virtual ledger. Now let me tell you, the Bitcoin is the currency, but the main thing where the currency or the main transactions will be actually lodged out, like we have a ledger, we have journals, we have everything in accounting. So the register that actually stores all the currencies, that is actually known as blockchain. So you can see that the cryptocurrencies currency, they work by entering the market where the customers just have to set up a Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin wallet. And after that, they have to buy some traditional currencies, whether it is Bitcoin, whether it is Litecoin or other things. I'm using Litecoin these days, and I will be telling you other currencies also. So when a particular customer wants to send the money, he has to see the value, and automatically with computational algorithms, he can make the currency secure, and he can send that currency immediately to the distributed network. I will be showing you in the second presentation that how it works, and that's how we can able to exchange and we can able to do the transactions. So let me tell you, there is no bank, there is no government in between the sender and the receiver. So this is how you can see the transaction works. Now you can understand first of all. Now maybe it will be a complex for the first beginners, but I'm going to explain you in a very easy term. Now listen to me very carefully. Now see this, everybody. There are two people, Bob and Alice. Now the person one, which means the Bob, he wants to send the money to the Alice. Now what you have to do, if you are in transaction today, you just have to log into your Indian Overseas Bank or ICICI Bank. Okay, that is okay. So after that, what you do, you just add a person in which you provide the account number, the IFSC code, the type of the bank and everything. And after that, you have to put a OTP that I have registered a person. And after 2-3 hours, the banks give you the okay that, okay, you can now send the transaction. So once you're done, you just have to select the person, you just have to select the money. And after that, a OTP will come that, okay, give me the OTP, give me this password, and the money will be transferred via NEFT or RTGS, depending on that. So the concept is the same, but the only thing is that the concept has become more secure and the concept is having no banks. Okay, but the main thing will be the same, that rather than to have a Bitcoin, rather than to have a bank account, we have the Bitcoin wallet. So see this over here, Bob and Alice have both want to send the money and they want to transact with the money, which means one person is the sender and one person is the receiver. So Bob and Alice, there is one thing in common, like we have the accounts over there and all these accounts should be internet enabled. So Bob and Alice should have the Bitcoin, you can say Bitcoin wallets. So let me tell you, these Bitcoin wallets are basically the files that provides access to the Bitcoins. So suppose I am the Bob, and let me tell you, suppose if I want to send the money to the Alice, so I have to put some money in the form of Bitcoins. Okay, you can imagine that one Bitcoin today is costing about $10,587. So suppose if I want to send Alice about $1,000, which means the value will be like 0.015554, like that type of money. So this money has to be transacted in the form of a security code, which means it has to be encrypted. And encryption means that it will be having some string of characters, alphabets, and special symbols. So once it is transacted, you can say the Bob creates a new Bitcoin address. That is the address that is being used in order by the sender to the receiver. So basically it is not having any money. No, there is not a money. The money is given a particular encrypted code, like 1Z559441 @ symbol like this and that. And that code is basically having an internal information of the sender, receiver, and the money account. So once it makes the payment, you can say that all the money is floated from the, you can say, Bitcoin wallet. You can say that it is having a private key, which is only understandable by Bob and the Alice. And we have the public key so that the network can use to verify the transactions. So once the transaction is verified, once it is going on the internet, we have the Bitcoin miners. So once these Bitcoin miners take this transaction, they have to validate the transaction with computational algorithms. And once they validate, they just make an entry on the hyperledger, which means that other person will receive the amount. So let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, like some people ask me how much time does it require to transfer the money from Alice to the Bob, or Bob from Alice? It just takes 2 minutes to 20 seconds, or 2 minutes, 20 seconds, or maybe 3 minutes. But the banks take 30 minutes. So you can say that these miners are basically having high-end computational algorithms, and they are having complex computers, complex cluster of computers in order to crack the code. So till date, let me tell you, I have cracked 4 transactions in last 2 years, and I was able to validate because I have to be the number 1. And after that, I get some commission and the money is being transferred. So let me tell you how the money is being transferred, because we are using some hashing values. So starting a Bitcoin transaction, I've already told you, all the Bitcoin transactions start from user wallet. What is a wallet? Wallet is a software, or it's a web application. I will be giving you some websites, how you can do that. So the first wallet was even created in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. And once the user tries to make a transaction, there must be a consensus protocol. Okay, so the consensus algorithm means that both the parties should agree what is the start point of the wallet, what is the end point of the wallet, which means if I want to transfer $100 from my wallet to another wallet, which means my wallet will be minus 100 and the other wallet will be plus 100. So over there, we have to make some particular chain. So once the transaction, you can say a Bitcoin doesn't hold or store any user's Bitcoin, but it is just basically understand what is the series of transactions that are going. And you can see that this addresses are known as a particular strings and letters. Everything is form of hashing, hash codes. That's the reason, everybody, that this is called end-to-end security in the world. And these addresses can even take the form of QR codes. Okay, so let me tell you, if you have a Bitcoin wallet and the person has a Bitcoin wallet, you just use a QR code in order to send $100. And with the QR code, you can validate the transaction over the internet, because there is no bank, there is no government. So you can see over here, this is basically known as the, basically a screenshot which I have taken for you. So I'm using Electrum as a Bitcoin wallet. You can see what is the date, what is the time, and what is the description, and what is the amount, and what is the balance. So I can do lots of transactions, and let me tell you, there is, and whenever the transaction is stored online, they will not contain your sender, receiver, or bot or Bitcoin wallet. Everything will be in the form of this one. So that encryption is basically SHA 256-bit, which is impossible to crack right now. Impossible. So in order to start a Bitcoin transaction, which means a particular person to another person, so we can have a particular public key cryptography. So every transaction, whenever it comes out from the Bitcoin wallet, it must be having a public key, so that the international servers of a blockchain network, they can authenticate the transaction. So in order to make everything secure and private, there is a private key exchange between the sender and the receiver. So these private key, let me tell you, they are imported from the wallet only. And with the public key cryptography, you can make some series of addresses, and the messages with the transaction details is also created. And all the transaction is basically marked by using SHA 256-bit, which is a hash function. So if you are working on cryptography, it is pure math-based encryption. It's called a math-based security. So Mark's private key verifies the transaction, and other user will be able to verify the legitimacy with the power of private key and the public keys. So this is one of the example that I'm showing you right now. It's a simplified chain of ownership. How the transaction 1 can be done from transaction to transaction 2. So you can say that once the owner is having the public key, there is a hash function, and we have our owner's own digital signature that is encrypted by a private key. And once the private key is there, it moves to the transaction to the Bitcoin wallet miner. He is having his own signature to validate the transaction. Then the transaction comes to person C. So that's the reason, everybody, at every stage, there is a double layer level of encryption and security, which is impossible to crack. So in order to verify the transaction, you can see that we don't have a bank, so we have the miner. So these miners are basically computers that are running the software to make the blockchain consistent. And let me tell you, even if there is a problem with repetition transaction, they even cancel the transaction. So even that cancelled transaction will also be there on the hyperledger or the smart contract. So you can say that a block is considered as a bundle of transactions. So every block, whichever bit is happening, it is having bundles of transactions that happens in every 10 minutes. So once the block is filled, it is attached to another block with SHA encryption. So that's the reason, everybody, that every block is a part of blockchain, and every block is having some specific proof of work. So that's the reason, everybody, that this blockchain network is basically known as a complete secured linked list based system. So I would like to discuss more on SHA 256-bit. It was actually designed by NSA in 2001, and it stands for Secure Hash Algorithm. And it basically takes an arbitrary data length and produces fixed length deterministic result, which is known as a digital fingerprint for the input. So you can say that blockchain or the block entries are basically known as a digital fingerprint, that you are making a transaction from one party to another party. And this is known as a mathematical proof for SHA 256-bit. And you can say that this is using a strong compression function, and with strong mathematical improvement, nothing can crack it. And even if you want to crack a SHA 256-bit, you only need a quantum computer. But you can understand that how many hackers have quantum computers? Impossible. So the proof of work, what is meant by POW and proof of service, you can see that once the Bitcoins uses nonces to create hash values. The nonces are known as simple random values. So every hash value contains the previous combination of previous hash values, which means that suppose you are making a transaction, you have a hash value. So the next hash value will also be containing some of the encryption from the previous hash value. That's why everything is interlinked. And let me tell you, these miners, they can't even predict the output hash. They just use complex algorithms in order to verify the node and to just add the entry to the blockchain network. So this is, you can say, the proof of work by the Hashcash. And you can see that the first entry by I am Satoshi Nakamoto, this is the first entry in the word that is actually taking the place of SHA 256-bit. So even you can say nothing is irreversible, nothing is a problem, and even there is a strong case of privacy and security. So nothing to worry about. So you can say that one of the diagram that is actually in front of you, you can say that if you want to become a cryptographic miner, so you need to have special computers, or I can say a cluster of computers. And even some of the Bitcoin miners are even recommending that at least if they want to be number one, to at least crack 3 or 4 transactions every month in which they will be paid some money, they need at least 3 to 4 Apple Mac Pros. You know about Mac Pros, that are the most strongest computer in the world right now. So at least if you are adding 4 or 5 Mac Pros as a cluster computer, then you are able to crack first transaction or one transaction at the first manner. So once it is done, you can get some commission and you can become a very rich man. So verifying the blockchain transaction, you can say that miners receive the transaction fees, and once the transaction happens, they have to be number one. So as more and more transactions are happening and added to the blocks, they are actually getting more and more confirmation. So only thing is, a transaction can only be confirmed after having 6 confirmations. Okay, which means one blockchain miner has done, second has done, third is done, which means once 6 blockchain miners can confirm the transaction, then it will be a confirmed transaction and it will be added to the blockchain network. So the security concerns are nothing. So I would not like to discuss over here, but the social challenges, very important. People say because it is anonymous, it can be used for funding the terrorist also. It can be even used for going for the black money. So I can only say yes to all of you that yes, it can be misused, and even it is used by the dark web also in order to fund the money and even to do some illegal activities. But the main thing is that blockchain and Bitcoins, they are improving. So we have to have some regulatory body in the near future that can actually take control that how much transactions are possible on from which wallet or not from wallet. So still social challenges will be a huge impact, and that could be a good area to research on blockchains. So the users, you can see that today various companies like Microsoft, Xbox, Dell, even Visa, MasterCard, I will be showing you the companies also. So you can buy and trade with them. Even let me tell you, Vietnam is one of the country that is having the world's highest number of companies in blockchain. And even let me tell you, like we have Amazon in India, Amazon in USA, Alibaba, AliExpress in China, we have Lazada, we have Tiki.vn. So in order to control the shopping, so there is one company that is FPT Software. They're actually making their own blockchain network that is called Aka Chain. So next year in Vietnam, we can have online shopping. If you want to buy the product, you can even trade with Bitcoins. So Vietnam will become the first country to have Bitcoins based e-shopping. That what we can say that maybe Flipkart and maybe Amazon in India, they must come and the people can use Bitcoin currencies in order to pay the money. So the thing is that we are paying the money, whether it is a cash, whether it's a credit card, or whether it's an online transaction, or whether it's a Bitcoin, everything should be valuable. So the most important issue that we all see is that price and volatility. So you can say that sometimes when I started Bitcoin, you can say that it was having only, you can say $464. But today Bitcoin is at $10,000. But sometimes it can even come to $6,000. It can even fluctuate to $8,000. I will be showing you some of the reliable websites, because let me tell you, many people can even call you. Yeah, there is an important issue that I would like to discuss right now. Many people will even call you, sir, we are from blockchain company. We are calling from Malaysia. We are calling from UK. So these are the two countries that actually are known as the fraud people from blockchains and Bitcoins. So they will call you, sir, how much money do you want to invest? You will say them, okay, sir, I want to invest 15,000, 30,000. And they just look at you that, sir, we will double your money in 1 week. It is impossible. You cannot double your money even in Bitcoins in 1 week. It is a full-time game that you have to play. You have to have the particular knowledge. If one currency is going up, how you can invest in another currencies, how if the currency is going down, how you can invest in other currencies. So this is like trading the mutual funds or even the shares like this, like we have Bombay Stock Exchange. So the main thing is, in order to trade the transactions, or you want to become a strong trader or a Bitcoin miner, you require lots of practice. Because I have taken about 8 to 9 months to understand this market. And now I know where to invest, how much to invest, and when to invest. Okay, so now I'm earning good money. I can say handsome money. I have already earned handsome money, and I am going to earn huge money in the next 6 to 7 months. So you can say that in the future, this is the use of Bitcoins, where we can have the ATMs installed, and you can even take the transactions, and you can even trade the transactions. So let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that many people ask me, will cryptocurrency will take over the paper money as well as your credit card and debit card? I always say them, yes, but the future is not very far, maximum 3 to 4 years. So other cryptocurrencies that you can see is Blackcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Peercoin. So let me tell you, there are lots of currencies, but only few currencies are very popular and they should be invested. I'm going to show you the websites also, so don't worry. And Bitcoin market is going to dominate, and maybe if you can say that India can adapt, so everybody should adapt. And even China is investing billions of dollars because China wants to become the blockchain hub by 2023. So this is again a good vision for India, that why not India should become a superpower in blockchains. Because let me tell you, in China, what is the problem? There is a huge difference between the poor and the rich, huge difference. So only few people in China can afford it. So only foreign investors can come. But in India, every person can even take a risk of at least 15,000 to 20,000 and they can invest more. So India has a strong chance that they can invest more into cryptocurrencies, and India can become a currency superpower in Bitcoins and other digital cryptocurrencies. So this is the trends, everybody, that you can see: increased demands of security, increased interest in Ripple, Increased number of educational resources, very important, because many people even call me as you can say as a resource person for industries also. Sir, we want to invest in blockchain and Bitcoins. Can you tell us the concept and how we can start? So even let me tell you that even I'm also known as a strong investor and even the portfolio manager for Bitcoins. And if anybody of you wants to invest into Bitcoins and want to earn strong money, I can even support you for that. And let me tell you, I'm having more than 20 clients with me, and everybody has earned almost, you can say, 40% of the profit as compared to their invested money in a matter of less than 7 to 8 months, because I know the market. So these are some of the top websites, but I'm going to show you in the later part. So now the house is open for questions for 10 minutes. Then I will start my next lecture that will be on blockchain in business. That will be an important lecture for all of you. Yeah, there is a question from Mr. Akash Bu. Do you hold a Bitcoin, sir? I cannot tell you the exact number, but I hold not only Bitcoin, I even hold Ethereum, I even hold Litecoin, I hold lots of currencies. Even I'm a blockchain miner also. And I do math-based security. I know computational algorithms. That is my mastery. And that's what I do in the real time because my trading starts at the night. So I just give 3 to 4 hours at the night for my Bitcoins and blockchain-based tradings. Any other question, please? If you can give me a question, I would be happy. Yeah, Bitcoin wallet is just, yeah, that is what we can say, that Bitcoin wallet is just like having the bank account in any bank. So you just have to take a Bitcoin wallet. So I will be also telling you the Bitcoin wallets where you can have the genuine things and how you can transfer the money and where to keep a close eye. I'm going to show you practically after the presentation. So future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I see, because as the Supreme Court now has taken good steps and Supreme Court is now in favor of Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies in India. So that is a good, you can say, good measure that Supreme Court has taken, that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is now valid in India. So that's a huge turnover for me also. And people must have some knowledge, because people still say that we don't have anything, there is no government, there is no bank, so how can we trust the money? So they must have the knowledge in order to get some more investments over there. So we just have to educate the people that Bitcoins and cryptocurrency, if you're using the correct way, like you can see even today, if you invest in a wrong share by taking some brokers, your money can be lost. But if you are in a right direction, you know the market, you know the companies, you know the red herring prospectus, then you can even earn lakhs and even crores of rupees. Okay, so there is a myth even that nobody can exchange, nobody can earn from stock exchange. And I always say anybody can earn from stock exchange, but the knowledge is very important. So similarly, knowledge is important over here. Is PayPal? No, PayPal is not like a cryptocurrency. PayPal is basically known as a medium in order to transfer the money. If you want to transfer from international ways and the people don't want to go with a bank account based exchange, so they can exchange the money. It is just like a medium thing in order to transfer the money from one currency to another currency. That's the answer, everybody. Okay. Yes, yes, you have to stay anonymous, because I've already told you, when you make a Bitcoin transaction, it will be just in the series of strings and characters. It will not even contain your sender and receiver. So everything will be anonymous. So that's why privacy and security is the #1 advantage for Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies. How do you see the future of regular currencies across the world? Actually, the currencies will remain the same, but you can say that I'm in Vietnam. I'm using Vietnam dongs. I'm getting my salary in euros. I'm getting some money as a commission in dollars also. Even I earn in Chinese yuan also. I earn in 5 to 6 currencies every month. Every month, I'm saying. So the main thing is that currencies will not stop, but consider this, till it doesn't become the mainstream currency, it should be like an add-on advantage, like I'm investing the money and I'm earning some money. For me, it is like I'm investing in a share market. Rather than to go to the share market, I'm investing into blockchains and Bitcoins. Okay. Pi cryptocurrency is now trending. How it differs from other? Yeah, Pi cryptocurrency is okay, but let me tell you, it is a new currency. We cannot have a trust that whether it has a bright future or not. But it is trending. It is good thing, but still we have to give it some more time so that it becomes something mature and should become from infant to a young boy. Then we can say that we can have some reliability over there. Which algorithm is used for security? SHA 256-bit. Yeah, I will be showing you how to tell about Bitcoin wallet. So I will be showing you. Okay. Yeah, that is what Mr. Vivek Singh Jordan, that we have to educate actually. Now, let me tell you, there was a time when note bandi was there. So everybody has to use the online transaction. So there were some people who don't have even know what online transaction. They always say my money can be gone, my money can be hacked. There are even some people who even find a big thing, even they're educated, they find crimes towards credit card frauds and even the debit card frauds. The only thing, if you're using like these type of things like online transfer, credit cards, debit cards, Bitcoins, currencies, you have to be vigilant, you have to be aware, you have to be knowledgeable. That is what we can say. Yeah, I'm going to show you how do contracts work. That is my second presentation, so don't worry. Yeah, I'm going to show you how. Yes, Mr. Syed Raza, I have already told you that it is a Bitcoin wallet. So suppose if you are like you can say, suppose PayPal. So yesterday I got $345 from UK from one of my friend. So PayPal, I got the money in Indian currency, and after that the PayPal automatically transferred the money to my bank account. So what you can do, you can make a Bitcoin wallet and you can make a separate bank account. So once the Bitcoin wallet is there, it can automatically converts your currency and you can transfer it to your bank account. It is possible. No need to worry for that. Okay, I'm getting very good questions. That's one of the best things that I'm delivering very good. So issues to take up research based on societal issues. So that is the main thing, that sometimes people have no knowledge, and the most important thing regarding societal issues is the lack of awareness. Okay, and the most important thing is you should be aware from these type of frauds also. Many people will call you, sir, we will double your money, triple your money. So like Hera Fairy movie. So please be aware of these scams. Since Bitcoin is internet money, can anyhow somehow hack? I'm sorry, because from the last 5 years, let me tell you, hacking was possible at one time, but since it is converted to SHA 256-bit, it has got distributed with a strong peer-to-peer networks with high complexity algorithms. I have not seen since last 5 years any hacking case for just even one Bitcoin dollar. Yeah, you can start. I'm going to show you practically how it is built in Courage. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin wallet. Yeah, you can use it for the apps also. Rafia ji, let me tell you, let me open a YouTube video. Let me open a YouTube for you. Let me tell you something that happened actually. Just wait, I have to search for that video. Just wait. Yeah. So you can see over here, this was a lady actually. And you can say, you can just read this video that is called the fake Bitcoin. So actually this lady had just started a company, and after that she ran away by having $15 crypto scam. So there are lots of scamming companies over there because nothing is regulated over here. Everything is decentralized. So you have to have a proper knowledge before you start investing there. Yeah, Mr. Pandiraj, that I cannot say that online transaction is not safe, but online transactions are safe. But Bitcoin is actually highly safe, but if you're on the right direction. Okay, I'm going to show you everything practically, so don't worry about it. Yes, Bitcoin wallet will help in interbank transfer. There is no need to worry. Now that is my main presentation, everybody. So you have 1 minute more. If you have any other question, I would like to take 2 more questions. After that, I will start my next presentation on blockchain. Yes, I've already told you, Mr. Soni, that you can start investing, because when I started investing 4 years back, I invested with, I have started with 18,000 rupees. And now I cannot tell you, but I have earned tons of money, I can say. I've earned handsome money. Yeah, I will be showing you. It is actually, it's a very good question, but it's a huge question. Actually, I will not answer this because some of the things we cannot declare to the whole world how they are valued. So, because as you can see that this funding agencies and everything, they do lots of things, but some of the things are always secret. So I'm sorry, we cannot answer this question because fluctuations can happen. Just you can say that considering the valuation and devaluation and even the government policies, they can come and go. That is the only answer I would like to give you. Yeah, how much money we need to keep at the start to start with an amount. You can even start from $1. You can even start from $5. You can even start from $10. But I all request you that you can start with $50. That's best price. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Saida Rafat Ara, I'm going to tell you that what is the procedure to join and how to invest it. And I will be also telling you what are the actual, you can say, legal people or legal places where you should start. And after that, don't think of anything, okay? Because scams are very high in this area, but you have to have a particular knowledge. Yes, it is possible. Yeah, it is possible. So I can take one more question. After that, we can start in 1 minute. I just have to take water. So I hope everybody is enjoying. Kindly please give some feedback. And after that, I will be giving you more information. And now I'm going to start. This was just a basic lecture that what is cryptocurrency, how it was there, and what is the basic methodologies. So the main presentation that is available for you is this presentation, which I'm going to start in 1 minute. So don't worry, your every question with regard to how to make a Bitcoin wallet, how to keep track of currencies, everything will be answered one by one with practical answers. Okay, I have lots of websites for you. And Dr. Ruksar, I would like to inform you that maybe I will not be in a position to share the presentations, but you can just give me an email, whatever the websites I'm going to show you today. I can just give you an email and you can share with the participants, or participants can just note it down side by side, and we can for that. Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like all of you to kindly please sit back, relax, and please enjoy this presentation. And I would like all of you to kindly please listen to me very carefully, because if you are going to start some investments on Bitcoins and blockchains, and you are actually interested to earn tons of money, and let me tell you, on an average, I'm saying very much, if you are going on the right direction and if you are in the good hands of genuine Bitcoin miners, I consider myself as a genuine Bitcoin miners. And some people even ask me, sir, you please help us to invest 15,000, 18,000, 20,000, like all that. So if you are interested for that, and if you really want to start your own side basis of earning the money, this is the perfect lecture for you. Now, in this lecture, I will be actually telling you how to actually, what is meant by blockchain, what is Bitcoins. I will be skipping the history and I will be only coming to the important aspects of the lecture. And if you understand this lecture, then you will be able to understand what practical things we are going to understand after this presentation. So keep your eyes open and keep your ears open and listen to me very carefully, because every aspect that I'm going to show you now, it is not a conceptual methodology I have taken from any website or other thing. This is my experience that I'm going to show you today. And this every presentation that I'm going to show you is actually written by me, drafted by me, and it is going to have a cool experience for your good knowledge. So consider this presentation as a complete layout to understand the complete entire working of blockchains and Bitcoins. Okay, so let's start this lecture. And please, I'm again saying, if you are not listening to me carefully, then I cannot give you the demonstration how to actually start investing into Bitcoins and blockchains. When I used to give this presentation 1 to 2 years back in India, I always say the people that we are all unlucky people that in India, blockchain and Bitcoins are actually illegal. But now, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to become rich, I'm saying rich, and you want to earn good money, okay, let me tell you, even I would like to give you one example. One person started listening to me 1.5 years back, and now just 10-15 days back, he has purchased his own Audi with Bitcoins. Now you can think, everybody, that if I can help one person to buy an Audi in 1.5 years, how much money I have earned. And that money is never been declared because why? There is no taxation. There is no government in between. So I have earned handsome money, I can say, in Bitcoins and blockchains. So the question is, let me tell you, it's by William Gibson, the most important person in terms of Bitcoins, cryptocurrencies and everything. The future is already here and it is not just evenly distributed. Because why? In cryptocurrency, you can't say that, okay, dollar is at 75 today, but dollar can come at 74. Chinese yuan is at 9.84 and the Indian currency is getting weaker or stronger. This currency is not evenly distributed. You have to be very careful that which currency you are going to invest and what you are going to invest and how much you have to give a track. Okay. So the computing power in everything, you can say, is already more than everything in every data center. Bitcoins and blockchains, they require a cluster computing in order to perform some cryptocurrencies. And even let me tell you, as per strategy analytics, you can see that the way you are using the computing technology, it is getting portable and everything. You can say that there was a time when we use only computers and laptops, but nowadays we have 5G, we have smartphones, and we have portable devices also, and everything is installed with the power of connectivity and computing. There was a time when cryptocurrency was not possible with cluster of computers, and even few people were able to start, you can say, Bitcoin mining. But now with powerful computers like Apple Mac Pros and everything, you can make your own lab and you can start becoming a cryptography miner. So the only answer to become a cryptography miner is to have a proper infrastructure of computers. I can say proper 2-3 Mac Pros, and one Mac Pro is costing you about $8,000. And secondly, you must be having strong good into mathematics, because if you don't know computations, you cannot crack the encryption code. You can't validate the transactions because you are understanding SHA 256-bit, which is pure math based. So see this, everybody, most important. The result is in the modern era, today's modern era, which is even having smart technology, intelligent computing. Okay, so we have the expensive computing, but we have the high trust environment because everything is centralized, and we have the centralized internet. But in the post-modern era, everybody, post-modern, which means after 2-3 years, we have the free computing. Now you can see that today, even if I don't have a particular computer for machine learning, we can go for collab. Now, let me tell you today, if there was a time when even Mark Zuckerberg has gone over there for angel investors, that to take the money and to give the idea, because why? He need computers in order to make Facebook grow. But today there is no need for any computers or any servers to be bought. You just have to go to Amazon, find the servers, fill the forms, give them the money. And that's why you can say computing is becoming as a pay as per use model. So with the power of cloud computing, and with the power of free computing, we can have distributed internet. And let me tell you, everybody, today Amazon is running hundreds and thousands, or I can say millions of companies today. Because nobody wants to buy an infrastructure, everybody wants to go towards cloud. And even this cryptocurrency is even a part of cloud computing. So the content for the presentation will be what is blockchain, what is Bitcoin, how it is relevant to your business, and some of the case studies. So please sit back, relax and enjoy, because I have made this presentation so easy and so understandable that even if you are a law student or you are a mathematics student, you are into physics or chemistry, because everybody wants to earn money, you just need to have the understanding of knowledge. Forget that you are into computer science. Blockchain is for everything, everyone, because it's a currency. You can invest everywhere and anywhere. So now I will not come more towards basic timelines of online transactions, which I've already covered in the presentation number 1, but I will be just giving you some brisk idea that if anybody missed some point, now he or she can understand that how actually blockchains and Bitcoins have seen the face of this world. So 1990, that was a year that actually transformation happened and we moved from cash to digital. In 1991, we got DigiCash by David Chum. That was the first DigiCash. So in 1992, we have Cyberpunks, which means the publication of Cyberpunk Manifesto. But again, that manifesto was not very popular. In 1997, the main currency was made by Hashcash. That was by Adam Back. I'm going to show you in detail over there, just a timeline. In 1998, we have the B-Money by Vaidai. Actually, that was the foundation stone, or you can say the stepping stone for today's Bitcoins. And even let me tell you, even Satoshi Nakamoto has told that even to the world, even to the press, that if B-Money was not started by Vaidai, we have not seen this blockchains and Bitcoins today. because actual foundation, or known as the founding father, is known as VDAI, but the father of modern cryptocurrency or the father of modern currency is Satoshi Nakamoto. 2005 Bitgold, you can say Nick Szabo, very important. And because of these two mixtures, you can say B Gold and B Money and Bitgold, we actually founded that is called the blockchains and Bitcoins. So that's why you can say 2008 is known as Bitcoins. That was the first currency. And after that, many people have come with other currencies like Litecoin, you can say Cordox, other thing, Ethereum, smart contracts, Hyperledger, lots of things. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform all of you right now that please keep a note on Open Source for You magazine, and you can search my name there. Just type Open Source for You and you can search my name. You can see some of the articles that I have published on Hyperledger, and even I'm coming up with some more articles on Open Source for You that is going to change the face of the world. And even I will be also telling you some of the papers that I've written. Even have written one of the papers that how we can implement blockchain. And even I'm writing one paper how we can implement blockchain security in smart cars. Because blockchain has a tight security, it can be implemented anywhere. And even I have already written the paper which has already got a best paper award in GlobeCon conference. Okay, that is on electronic healthcare records. So if you talk of AI in healthcare, we are even talking blockchain via security in healthcare today. So healthcare is one of the application areas where blockchain can be implemented in order to keep security of healthcare records. So the problem with DigiCash, you can see that we start with DigiCash. What is the problem? Identity becomes the reality, full traceability, full unit of account needs to be controlled, payment blockades, and even the most important thing is absolute efficiency in tax collection. So what is the difference between the real cash and the digital cash? So that's the reason everybody, digital cash was not having a good mark, and we shifted to, that is called the other thing I will be showing you. This was a person, everybody, that David Chum. And in 1982, he published a paper called Blind Signatures for Untraceable Payments. Actually, that was the paper that laid the foundation of blockchains and cryptocurrencies today. So you can say that even I'm writing one paper in blockchains, and even I'm citing some of the papers in 1982 and 1997, because these papers laid the foundation for the research. So the most important part was that the DigiCash became bankrupt in 1998, and it was brought out in 2002. And the most important thing was that DigiCash was the first, you can say, person, that David Chum was the first person who actually thought that why not we keep privacy properly? Otherwise, today privacy would have been like fluctuating. So the Cyberpunk Manifesto, you can say, it was originated by Eric Hughes in 1993. And privacy is not secrecy. And it was basically known, let me tell you why Bitcoin was there, in order to keep the sender, receiver, and even the money totally secret. That is the foundation. That is called anonymity. So the foundation for blockchain and Bitcoin is anonymity. So now you can say that this is called Adam Back. He is the Hashcash. And today you can see that everything is gone by hashing. That is 256-bit Hashcash. So that was the person actually laid the foundation for hashing in Bitcoins. So he created the Hashcash. And the most important thing is spam prevention system. But the most important thing is that it was able to do something, but again, privacy and security was having some issues. So now the foundation stone was led by VDAI, that was a B Money. And this was the person who actually created the B Money. So whenever you are teaching in the class, please add the photographs of the people. It will make your teaching effective. So the basic things the B Money actually introduces the public key cryptography. And second thing is the proof of work and proof of service. So everything was actually invented by this gentleman. So this person actually was the foundation stone again, the Nick Szabo, the Bitgold, and Bitcoin is actually taking 80% of the Nick Szabo technology into today's modern era. Okay. So he incepted Bitgold, and the basic thing is that it introduced timestamping and creation of money using Hashcash. So you can say, everybody, that this Hashcash was taken from here. The anonymity was taken from here. And even this person has taken timestamping and public key cryptography, but he just added the chain, how to keep the nodes live. So basically you can say the Bitcoin today is basically invention of Hashcash, the B Money, and the Bitgold. So if you combine these three things, the Bitcoin is actually done. So Satoshi Nakamoto has just made a particular system how we can do the currency exchange, but otherwise he actually taken the technology from other people. So now let us start off evolution of blockchain technology. So as we have the first generation, second generation, third and fourth in computers. So in the first generation, we were only storing and transferring the value of cash, or you can say the value of money, or you can say the value of transactions. That's why the first generation was totally unsecure. That was with Bitcoin, Ripple and Dash. But today, if anybody asks you, sir, we can invest in Ripple or Dash, please tell him we are not interested, because Ripple and Dash right now is getting at the low intervals and not to invest in there. Second generation, which actually picking up today. And if you are going for programming, because I also do programming, so the only programming language, and please note it down, some people say, what is a programming language for a blockchain technology? I say only 3 languages, or I can say one main language. So the first language that we use is Solidity. It is again based on C++ and C#. The second that we use is JavaScript. And the third language that we use, bit of course, because it is having machine learning, that is called the Python. So Python, JavaScript and Solidity. These are the main languages that is actually used for programming smart contracts and even Ethereum. So the third generation is known as enterprise blockchains, which are actually being used today. And I'm researching on Hyperledger. And don't forget, next month, I'm launching one article in open source for you. The biggest article ever written, biggest I'm saying, on Hyperledger. Even it will containing Hyperledger, Sawtooth and even ICRA. Very important. And even India also. So the next could be R3 Corda and Ethereum Quorum. So the next generation, you can say, which can be with the power of machine learning and deep learning, it will be highly scalable and highly concurrent. That will be the R chain. So R chain stands for regression chain. So the question is, biggest question for all of you, why the world is going crazy over blockchains? So blockchain is what? Now I've already told you, it is basically known as a digital platform where a sender and the receiver has the blockchain wallets, and they have to transfer the money via strings of letters, which is almost impossible to break. And it is validated by the Bitcoin miners, and the first 6 validations lead to the transaction over the ledger. So basically, the most important thing is that the people can't see the transactions and nobody can even erase them. So once it is done, and nobody knows, actually you can see, who invented blockchain. The answer only came from Satoshi Nakamoto, who actually published a particular paper. But actually we say that Satoshi Nakamoto, he actually brought Bitcoin, but in order to maintain the Bitcoin, he required blockchain. So Bitcoin is a currency, but in order to make the Bitcoin works, that is actually meant by blockchains. So what is blockchain? Now, this is important for you to understand. It is a distributed ledger. Okay. So in the word, we have a peer-to-peer network. So similarly in blockchain, I will be showing you, it is again called a peer-to-peer network, where peer-to-peer computers are connected to each other, because we don't have any centralized authority. So let me tell you, there is even no centralized server. No, nothing, because it is a decentralized system. It consists of unchangeable digital recorded data in the form of strings 1010559884, etc. And these blocks, let me tell you, whenever a transaction happens, it actually is recorded in the block. And when these blocks, let me tell you, are filled, when one block is filled, it is actually being connected to other block in a linear chain, like block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5, like we have linear search. Okay, like if in a linear search, what is linear search? If you want to search a number in a series of numbers, like suppose we have 15, 21, 38, 24, 79. I want to search 79. So it will search from 21, 15, 38, 79, one by one. So every blockchain is connected to other block in a linear chain. And every block contains transaction data in the form of strings and characters, which I've already shown you in that last presentation. And it is cryptographically hashed. And this ensures that when these blocks are combined together with linear chain, that becomes a blockchain. Okay, so every block contains the transaction data, which nobody can see. It is cryptographically hashed. That's why it is trusted and secure. So the key concepts today, everybody, the most important thing is encryption. And I've already told you, in order to maintain the transaction between the parties use private key. And in order to validate the transaction on the internet with peer-to-peer network, and to make that transaction to be located on the blockchain based ledger, that is actually maintained with the help of public key. Okay, and that public key is actually cryptographically hashed with SHA 256-bit. We have the replication where every node in the block is actually known as a copy of blockchain. So we have the replication nodes also, and they're actually validating the transactions. We maintain the integrity, and if you want to validate the transaction, we have the Bitcoin miners. So Bitcoin miners are basically known as the banks. So when the transaction happened, it goes to the bank, it validates, checks everything, and the transaction is transferred. So similarly, between the sender and receiver, there is just a blockchain miner in order to validate that transaction and to authenticate it so that the transaction happens from one person to another person. So blockchain, what is blockchain? It is basically known as a distributed, secure, and log file. So blockchain means that lots of blocks are there. Every block has series of transactions which are cryptographically hashed, and they are linked with each other by a chain. And it is just a log file that what transactions are happening, and it is distributed. It's like a distributed computing. So if you are researching on distributed computing today, you can do a good research on blockchains. So blockchain has many meanings. Okay, so you can just read this. Definition online. You can just search the trust machine by economists, and you can see this definition. So I will not waste my time over here. So I have already told you that many people ask me, sir, what type of protocols we are using? Already it's a network. So there is no protocol. Actually, we use consensus algorithms. That is actually meant for proof of work and proof of service. So suppose, let me tell you, if you want to transfer the money from one party to another, there must be a consensus algorithm. I'm going to show you that. So suppose if you want to play a game of chess, okay, which means that if I do like one, which means the other party and the same state, what is the same state? What is the state of that chessboard? After that, if the party do like he puts the horse, so that is a state. So similarly, there is a state which everybody has to understand, and the messages keep on moving. So these messages or the moves that you make in the chess, that are the transactions that are actually happening on the board, and that board is called a block, where every move is like a transaction. Okay, so that's like a game of chess. So the question is, they have to agree on the state of the board, but if they don't agree, they can't play the game. So that's why in order to play the game, there must be a consensus algorithm. So the most important thing is the blockchain, we have to have some distributed system, and we have to agree on some state. We must agree on initial state, and we must have some transactions. And basically it agrees with the parties that how the transaction can be happening from one party to another party. And that's how the system keeps on floating. Excuse me, everybody, no need to raise the hands. I will be coming to every person once I am done with the lecture. And let me tell you again, there is no problem. I am there only. I'm not walking away. I'm not running away. I'm free right now. Okay. So every question will be answered. I will not leave the meeting. So don't worry. Okay. So please put your questions there. I will be putting on every question in the blockchain, and I will be giving you my WhatsApp number, my Instagram, and even my email ID. You are most welcome to give me the questions. I answer every email in 24 hours. Don't worry. So what is important, everybody? This is called Bitcoin, and I want to transfer 100 Bitcoins to you, which means that my account must be having 100 Bitcoins. So suppose, which means I am having 300 Bitcoins and you are having 180 Bitcoins, which means I will be giving minus 100 and you will be having plus 100. So that's the reason this is called consensus algorithm. We have to understand the initial state, the current state, and the final state. So what is blockchain? Now that is what I can say. It permits transactions, all the transactions that are happening between me and you, or between other people. If I'm buying something, doing anything, everything has to be put it on the block. Okay, that block contains tons of the transactions, and it allows the resulting ledger to be extended by different servers. And every block is actually known as cryptographically changed. So that's why you can say there is one block, there is another block. If you are linking the another block, that is with a linear chain, and that chain is even cryptographically hashed. And that's why you can say we have hashing in blockchain. So all the transactions that today can happen, you can see in land registration, even in the, I'm going to show you that even Dubai and even China, they're also working that you can just bring yourself and your luggage, and you don't need to carry your tickets and passports. Your digital ID will be authenticating you, your identity and your passport. And with this, you can fly and board any plane. Maybe in the near future, you don't have to worry for the passport also. No need to carry. So transportation, the banking system, because Vietnam is the first country, I can say, first country in which banking is actually allowing blockchains. So I will not tell you that what banks are there and what I am doing with the banking industry. So I'm sorry for that. That's confidential because every blockchain miner has to maintain some secrets. So in terms of manufacturing, food distribution, even McDonald's, KFCs, they are all coming with blockchains. So this is called immutable. So once the transaction happens, everybody, it never be erased. And if there is any problem, which means that transaction happens at the double time, that transaction will be actually irreversible, which will become reversible and undeniable. So which means the blockchains are known as write and read only. Once the transaction is written, you cannot erase the transaction. But there is a security that no duplicating or any other double transaction can happen. It will be automatically be reversed. It will never be go there. Because why? Every transaction has to be validated 6 times by 6 Bitcoin miners in order to become a particular entry in the global block. So that's why you can say it's a decentralized peer, and legacy network is there, centralized database is there, and we have the blockchain networks. So you can say that it is like a mesh topology. Okay, where every computer is connected to other computer, okay, and every computer can exchange the data without any problems. Just wait, please. I'm just having some water. Sorry for interruption. So let's talk of encryption. So you can say that I have already told you that in blockchains, even let me tell you, I'm going to invent one of my inventions, which is going to be happening very soon because I'm very this near. I'm making my own encryption that how we can improve the private key exchange between both the parties. That is purely math-based paper, and we are expecting to get that paper in transactions. So in blockchain, because it is open source system, you can even use Solidity. You can even make your own encryption. You can even have your own private key with this much of bits or that much of bit. So you can make your own encryption. But in the public key or the cryptographically hashing, we use only SHA 256 bit. So that's why it is a complete flexible system. Security is in your hands. So that's called consensus, everybody, that one block is joined with other block and is having properly truth, and all the systems are actually, and all the blocks are connected in a proper forking chain. Okay, and this is actually using Merkle tree in order to maintain a tree-based structure. So in consensus mechanism, we have proof of work, proof of state, proof of activity, proof of burn, capacity, importance, and many more. Maybe in the near future, we can have the proof of impact. So where might the blockchain cryptography you can start? So you can say when you start your blockchain transaction, when you start the transaction, you are actually using the digital signature. Every blockchain wallet should have to be digitally signed. Okay, digital signature should be there. Now, what is digital signature? Whenever you order some goods, let me tell you practically. So don't work with me theoretically. I know you are all teachers of network security or other thing. I don't care for that, but understand practically so that you can teach in the class. Now, what is digital signature? Now, suppose if I'm getting an email that your Yahoo account is gone, your Yahoo account is having a problem, your Amazon account needs to be reversed or other thing, this is not having digital signature. Suppose if I order a product on Amazon, and in that the Amazon gives a proper digital signature, Amazon use a proper authentication signature that actually is digitally signed, and it is actually coming from the system. So those emails that are actually coming from the main server in which there is no need to respond, that is actually meant by digital signature. And over there we have private keys and public keys. And for the validation, the Bitcoin miners come and they use computational algorithms in order to perform proof of work. And we have the chaining with the perform of hash function. So let me tell you, when one block is finished and we have another block. So in order to connect these blocks in a chain, like blockchain, we have hash chains. So hash function is there, that is called a chain. The chain in the blocks, which means one block is there and B block is there. In order to connect those two blocks, block A to block B, we have the hash function. So that hash function is called a chain. So we have distributed ledgers, everybody. I will be showing you distributed ledger and hyperledger right now. So how can a distributed ledger work? Now, let me tell you, first of all, when a user wants to start a transaction, they initiate a digital signature that, okay, sir, this is my Bitcoin wallet. And let me tell you, you don't even have to give them the Bitcoin wallet. You can say name also. You just have to give them a Bitcoin wallet identity number that is even cryptographically hashed. User broadcasts their transactions to the nodes. Every computer is like a peer-to-peer. I've already shown you it's a decentralized peer. And once the node begins validating the transactions, these nodes become the block. And once this block becomes broadcasting, we need to understand the consensus, which means party A to party B, block 1 to block B. And after that, once the block is reflected, the true block comes into being. So that's the reason, everybody, that even if the user wants to authenticate the transaction, they have to broadcast over the blocks, every block you can say, and after that, anybody can validate your transaction. So blockchain in a nutshell, it's a shared replicated permission ledger, opens the business with new ventures and provide visibility to everything. And the most important thing is it reduces the overhead, it reduces settlement time, eliminates the fraud and reduce integration complexity. Now, let me tell you, everybody, that if you go and suppose you have a health insurance today, why insurance industry use blockchain? Now, if you go to the insurance company, okay, now let me tell you, if suppose anything happens to me on a heart and I have to go for a bypass surgery, okay, and I'm medically insured. So immediately the hospital will not give me a bill. They will give me a Bitcoin number that, okay, sir, this is the Bitcoin identity that to please transfer this much of Bitcoins. So rather than I can give that identity to my own pocket, I can transfer that identity to the insurance company. Insurance company will validate the transaction with my bills at the back end, and immediately the fund can come into the bank, into the hospitals. So everything can become connected and everything becomes like a secondary, like a second task, you can say. So in terms of potential applications, you can see e-commerce, which we are doing right now, digital rights, equity, markets, ownership. And even let me tell you, in the future, we don't see the electronic voting machines, because I'm saying openly, electronic voting machines can be tampered. Yes, they can be tampered. But who is going to tamper with blockchain? Because everything is cryptographically secured. Then we can say, who is going to be the perfect leader for us? So now this is an important question for all of you. I'm going to give you the practical later. So how the blockchain works, very important. So you can say there is a party A, there is a party B. So here is party A and there is party B. I want to transfer the money from here to here. Similarly, like a bank account. So the main thing is we don't have a bank, we don't have a government, we don't have a server. So what we have to do, if suppose we want to transfer a currency, I have to enter in the Bitcoin wallet that, okay, sir, this much of Bitcoins, and this is the Bitcoin wallet number of party B. So first of all, every transaction has to be digitally signed, and there must be a private key between A and B that is only shared between them. And over there, there is a digital signature and there is a public key so that the transaction can be aligned. So this transaction can be confirmed as a block. Okay. And once this block, you can say that, okay, sir, this is my transaction. It is transmitted to the network, which means that's a peer-to-peer network. And over there, the Bitcoin miners are there. So at least 6 Bitcoin miners should be able to validate that transaction with their computational algorithms. Once the transaction is valid, you can say that this transaction happened between party A and party B. And you can say that this transaction is getting added to the main ledger. Okay, that is a ledger that cannot be any change, that cannot be tempered. And once it is added, the party B will get the money. So this everything can take up to 2 to 3 minutes. It's so fast. That's why we have efficient computers and efficient algorithms that are running. So I can come to this one. The revolutionary benefits, you can see tamper-proof, no intermediaries, innately scared. You can say it is secure and secure. Number 4, reconciled data, which means perfect copies of database, and it is distributed across all the participants. I'm going to show you more. And number 5, smart contracts. So smart contract is basically known as the logical flows that how you can automate your business. Like suppose if I pay a telephone bill, the telephone bill automatically gets transferred on this type of date automatically. If I want to pay the money, I just have to transfer in the Bitcoin wallets. So no need to go to the bank, withdraw to the ATM, nothing else. Take the Bitcoin wallet, put the transaction, and you are done. Finish. So you can say these are the startups, everybody, which are the most popular startups by 2020. And you can say that Dettolite, MasterCard, Visa, Citibank, you can say even ABN AMRO, but right now I'm not confirmed for any Bank of India or even the bank or even the insurance company of India. But I think that in the near future, LIC, State Bank of India, like these type of big fishes, they can come. And even I'm expecting Amazon India, Flipkart, and even like other companies very popular like Infosys, Wipro, and even like some group of hotels like Oberoi, Moria Shelton, these type of hotels, they must start taking the Bitcoins as compared to taking the money or the plastic monies like that. So these are the world biggest companies you can see in terms of banking. We have Bank of America. In terms of trade finance, so you can see these companies. So you can see that these are the popular companies in the world, right? As if of 2020. So Bank of America, and even soon HSBC Bank will become the first largest bank that can have the all branches that can be blockchain enabled. So in terms of business markets, we can find that benefit from connectivity, wealth is generated, and even we have the public and private market caps. So what is ledger, everybody? Now you can see that what is ledger in businessman. If you maintain any transaction, that whether it is going in or going out, whether it's a sales return, purchase return, whether it is any debit or credit, everything is maintained on a book. So similarly, we have a ledger, and that ledger is called a block. Okay, so what is called hyperledger? When all these entries are put together and they make some certain cluster of blocks, that is actually meant by a hyperledger. So transaction can be anything, or you can make any series of transactions, or you can go for intermediaries exchange, and we have the contract between that. So you can say that this is a problem right now. You can see party A, party B, party C, party D, they are all having bank account records. And after that, they have to make some reconciliation statements. Then they have to settle the things. We have the auditing and everything. It is inefficient, expensive, and even lack of transparency. Frauds can happen. But let me tell you now, frauds will be almost gone. No person can do the fraud because every transaction comes on the single ledger. And again, I'm repeating, everybody can see the transaction, but nobody can see any private information. You just can see what are the cryptographic entries, and these will have no meanings. So you can say that party B, party C, party D, they will all use blockchain. They will come under a single ledger. And that's why we can say they have consensus, immutability, and finality. So I've already told about you. So what the Bitcoin is, it uses public key pseudonyms, timestamping, creation of money using hashcash. And even the most important thing is, in order to bash the transaction, that, okay, sir, one transaction, then second, third, and fourth. So over there, we don't use any type of bashing. We use Markle trees. So Markle trees is actually adding the transactions. How the transactions are added? Suppose 20 transactions are happening and 6 transactions got valid, or 8 transactions got valid. How they're adding to the block, that is actually happening with the help of Markle tree. That is known as a bashing mechanism for transactions. So that's the first time implementation you can see. And that is called, you can say, blockchain. So everywhere you can see, every entry you can see over here, that is a Bitcoin based entry where one person is sending or other party is receiving. So this is all entries you can say are added to this one. That is called the block. And all these blocks are connected to each other, which is known as hash chains. So that's why you can say we have public key, we have private key, we have timestamping, we have Markle trees, we have hashing, we have cryptography, we have everything. That's why you can say that this type of transaction processing is the future. So you can say the string of multiple blocks are combined together and they make a blockchain. So this is the most confidential data that I'm going to show you right now. This is the most important dates. So August 18, 2008, that was actually when the Bitcoin.org registered. Very few people know about it. October 31, Bitcoin design paper was published. November 9, Bitcoin project was registered at SourceForge, which means on November 9, 2008, very few people know that it actually got registered as an open source. 2009, you can see that in January 12, 2009, this was a turning point when the first blockchain transaction happened by Satoshi Nakamoto. And even if you are a blockchain or Bitcoin miner, you can even see that transaction because nothing is erasable. You can just write it, but you can just read it. There is not even update. There is no even delete, nothing else. So these are the merchants that accept the Bitcoins. And now we have Bitcoin 2.0 that actually is updated to smart contracts. So if you're talking of smart contracts, so you're talking of Bitcoin 2.0. So in this, we have the insurance, we have voting. And the most important thing is we have identity and reputation systems. So the most important thing today that if you're starting with Bitcoin implementations, you are doing smart contracts, and that is the only done with Solidity language. So I just come to this one. So the most important thing is it is secure, efficient, open, and commercial. So everything in Bitcoins and blockchain, that is totally open source. Okay. And I just come to this one now. So how it is relevant to business, you can say it is saving time, reducing the cost, reduce the risk, and even it can increase the trust. And let me tell you, if your business is using blockchain today, no need for any auditor, almost no. If you are an accountant, you are just making the money, you're keeping the transactions, that's all, finish. There is no need for audit because everything is secure log file. You can just download that. Okay, and so let me talk of shared ledger. So this is a ledger, everybody, where all the parties are putting the transactions. Suppose if I put a transaction here that, okay, sir, I'm returning some money back to you, I'm adding some money to you. So all these transactions are putting under one ledger. That is called a shared ledger. And you want to have a contract, so which means both the parties unite together that, okay, sir, we can do the transactions one by one, and we have the bashing via Merkle tree that actually become a smart contract. So if many parties are doing the same things, all the transactions are added over there, that's become a shared ledger. And if you have a contract between the parties uniting of transactions, that becomes a smart contract. So these are the uses, everybody. But the most important thing I would like to tell you that it is called insurance claim. No need for filing the insurance. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that you can see that once the Bitcoin comes, maybe there will be no concept of billings. There will be no concept of recording of transactions. Everything is in a secure, distributed and log file. That's why we can say it is recording everything efficiently, no frauds. So this is the adoption, everybody. And right now, ING MEO has recently joined, and but some other companies like Tata Motors, when they can come, so we can say that adoption can be there. So now let us see blockchain in action. So let me tell you, the first important thing is Maxac company, which is a logistics company. They are actually putting all their containers between as a smart contract, and they're exchanging the customer status, bills and data. So everything as a supply chain and logistics, they are using blockchain in this area. Provenance baggage management. We all know that if you go to the airport, the most important time wastage is happening when the people just land to the airport and they have to wait in a long queue in order to get their baggage. But in the future, with the baggage tunnel, Lufthansa Airlines is planning with blockchain. So you can say once the flight lands and immediately you will get the baggage because everything is already checked. So this is called the EIDs. That's the future, everybody. So Dubai is planning that there is no need to carry any physical travel documents, no visa. You just have to carry your EIDs. That's all. So virtual digital passports. That's the future. No passport in the future with blockchains. And IBM is even doing, so you can say that which company is doing lots of things in terms of blockchain. So the answer is only IBM. IBM and Oracle, they are doing lots of things in terms of blockchains. And this you can say the same. And this is what we can say that Linux Foundation Hyperledger project, which was actually founded in February 2016. So basically it was a technology in order to have a cross enterprise open standard so that the business transactions can be conducted globally. Now, what is called Hyperledger, everybody? Suppose I am having, suppose I'm the CEO of Infosys. I'm the CEO of a company and I have a business in Singapore. I have a business in Japan. I have a business in China. And if I want all the businesses of mine, which means all the subsidiaries, tomorrow I buy a company, they should come under one ledger. So which means I'm making a particular hyperledger, which means all the companies are coming under one books of accounts. So that's why it is becoming open governance, open source and open standards. So these are the major project members you can see. And IBM is offering their offerings with the Hyperledger with Bluemix, but even you can say Sawtooth, Hyperledger, Indy. There are lots of tools, but tools are increasing. So it's a very global platform to understand. But the most important thing is that they require robust, that every product is getting robust, scalable, and even the high thing is secured. Even better and better security with the high-end public side offerings with public key settings. So blockchain, now you can see that Hyperledger Fabric, this is where I'm researching, and it is available on Docker Hub with via IBM. We have the high security blockchain business on IBM Bluemix, and even we can have blockchain as a service today. So today, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into blockchain, you can say Amazon and even Azure. Azure is soon coming. So Amazon can even provide you blockchain as a service. So it is supporting serious blockchain deployments. So in the near future, blockchain as a service with cloud computing can be provided. So what I believe in the near future, just now, you can say in next 1 or 2 years, we say that every blockchain or every miner can have complete control over the cloud computing. So what I believe is that suppose if I'm a miner, I don't have to buy tons of computers. I'm using 5 computers right now. I cannot tell you much about it. So even I'm planning to buy one Mac Pro this year because I've earned lots of money. So one Mac Pro is there. So I don't have to buy these Mac Pros and other computers. What I can do is that I can lease Amazon computers and I can combine them as a cluster and I can become a blockchain miner. So we can say that blockchain mining as a service, I'm expecting this to be happening in Amazon, but it requires high-end computing power. And the second thing is that everything is becoming a community code. So everything is open source. There is no commercial over there. If you want to start your blockchain based research, everything is open source. And taking the stocks of the near future, you can do the trading. And this is the future of security, everybody, that everything will be centralized, security clearing houses and blockchain with a distributed ledger cryptographic integrity. So these are the leading blockchain consortiums and collaboration projects. So Hyperledger, China Ledger, Domus Tower, Interledger. And the most important, what I believe is as an enterprise-based platform that we research is Hyperledger project. So the most important is Hyperledger Fabric. So in the near future, you can see these type of use cases because many companies are coming. So please keep a close eye on IBM. You can keep a close eye on Dockers based Hyperledgers and what Amazon is planning for the near future. So thank you so much for inviting me. And now let me tell you something very good in terms of practical things. Now let me come towards first thing. Now many people ask me, sir, we want to invest into blockchain. So how we can invest over there? Now let me tell you the first important thing is to have a blockchain, or I can say the Bitcoin wallet. So I'm giving you those websites in which it is legal in India and every company has a proper service. So it can be like 19-20 difference, but everything is like equal. So you can say the first thing is called BitBNS, and you can see all the information that is coming over here. And you can see right now, one Bitcoin is having 7,05,135. But I'm going to tell you one figure, how many Bitcoins I have. Now, let me tell you, but I cannot give you the figure. I am having a range between 5 to 24. So you can imagine the money that I have because I'm also the Bitcoin miner. So I'm not going to show you the exact number, but between 5 to 24, any number can be there. That's much of Bitcoins I'm having right now. So the second thing you can see that it can give you the buy orders. It can even trade. You can even go for it. Like you can do the online, like you can do the mutual fund trading with Sher Khan, like all these things. So you can trade over here. But the second website is called ZPay. So this is one of the best companies that I recommend. Even I'm also associated with them also as a Bitcoin miner and even for the buying and selling for cryptocurrency instantly. So here you can even buy the currency and even you can trade for the currency. So you can say Bitcoins, Ethernet, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP and EOS. These are the top. And if you are starting person, I'm openly saying start with this Ethereum. Ethereum is the best one. But if you don't want to take high risk and you want to invest up to 10 to 15,000, then you can go for Litecoin. Okay, one Litecoin is about, you can say right now, it is buying for 39.16, but the sell is 38.68. Right now it is loss, but maybe tomorrow I can get 43. So depends, it is having fluctuations right now. And you can see right now, whole of the cryptocurrency is down. I agree with you because of the pandemic, because you can see that the COVID-19 has spoiled a lot. So this is another company, which is, you can say that India's home for digital currency. This is the #1 website for India. You can say unocoin.com. So over here, if you want to sign up, you can say it is providing you the mobile wallet, everything, and you can just sign up and you can sign in and you can start buying it from your bank account and even you can sell it. So whatever you buy, it is from your bank account. Whatever you want to sell, it is to your bank account. There is no taxation. There is nothing. Because why? There is no government. There is no taxation. The next website, please don't write anything right now. I'm getting disturbed. So the next website is called Vazrix.com. Again, website that is good for Indian currencies, you can see. And another website you can see, this is called Binance. So many people ask me, sir, where we should keep an eye that where it is progressing or downing. You can see Bitcoins. So you can say right now the trading has started and I have to start my trading after 9 o'clock. So then I invest the money or whether I remove the money. You can see right now the Bitcoin is at $9,281. And right now it is at positive 0.79. The trading has already started. So you can say it is like a share bazaar. So the next website, which I would like to tell you, it is called Coinbase.com, another reliable, because whenever any person comes to me that, sir, I want you to be my consultant, advisor, everything. So I use this website called Coinbase. So you can find all the things. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So I always recommend everybody, if you want to start investment, please start with Litecoin. Litecoin is very easy to trade, because even if you have the loss, but I don't think that you should have the loss, because at least you will enter for 2 to 3 years. So Litecoin will only give you profit only. Bitcoin is very expensive right now. So all the latest news which is available for cryptocurrency, that is available for crypto news. So that is another website that you can find over there. And you can see right now the Samsung is joining hands with Opasala Security. And even in the near future, you can buy your own Samsung Galaxy S30, S25, whatever it will come with Bitcoins only. The next website, it is called cryptocurrencychart.com. And this is the #1 website in the world, everybody, that you can find all the tradings, that what is the price, what is the change, what is the supply, and all the currencies are available to all of you. So right now in the world, you can see more than, just if you crawl down and down. So lots of currencies are there. So we only think of the first 20 currencies. So the first 20 is over here only. Okay. So if you are a really investor, again, I'm saying you that if you really want to play a very safe game, you are a starter, you don't know anything. So please start investing into Litecoin. You can see one Litecoin is about $43. So $43 multiplied by 75, you can say about 3,000 or maybe 3,200 rupees, and you can trade over here. So once it is positive, you can come above, you can add more, but once it is down, you can come down. You can see right now the chain link, even it is available for $5. Same like share, one share you can buy for 10 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, depend on you. So the next website is called cointelegraph.com. Again, it's a very good website for having news. And this is another my favorite website, coindesk.com, because I will not tell you which currency I'm investing. So in that currency, right now it is the most popular website. I came to know everything over here. So you can say right now it was in negative, so it is now positive, plus 37. Okay. So right now, immediately $37 have been bumped up. And you can see right now, everybody is coming on greens. So it is like a market where everything is green. Sometimes it is totally red. And now, ladies and gentlemen, which everybody will clap for me now, because you are going to show, I'm going to show you one of the website through which I actually learned blockchain. What exactly is blockchain? This is the website, everybody, the graphics.reuters. Let me put this website on the chat box right now. This is important for you. Sorry. So I'm putting this website to all of you. You can just click over here, and with the practical visualization, you can understand how actually the blockchain works with the animations, everything. Okay, so this is the best website. And even in this website, with just 5 to 10 minutes, you can understand the entire logic, how actually the blockchain works. So that was my lecture, everybody. And now the house is totally open for all of you in order to give me and fire questions on me. Now fire the questions, whatever the questions you have. Dr. Fatima, if you can listen to me. Can you listen? Any coordinator, please? No coordinator is applying. Okay, so let me start taking the questions now. Blockchain contains a series of transactions in blocks. So now all the transactions independent of each other. Yes, every transaction will be independent, because why? Because once the transaction is validated, the transaction will be recorded in the main block. So that's why every transaction is different. Okay. So can we consider blockchain as an authenticated data, ADS? Yes, you can consider, but the main thing is that the bashing of the transactions is done via Merkle tree. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I have earned beautiful money. You can understand that, everybody, because those people who have invested the money via me, they are now even into lakhs. So many people has earned good money from me. Even I can say I'm a professional consultant for blockchain and Bitcoins also. So that is the reason. Okay. Yes, if two parties want to perform transaction, is there any pre-agreement? No. Actually, you just have to create a private key and just have to say with the receiver. And that's why we can say there must be a consensus algorithm between both of you. That's the answer. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Fent, the questions are welcome for you. Yeah. Please write me an email so that I can share the website links with all of you. Okay. Which type of blockchain is suitable for file sharing amongst different organizations, public or consortium? Consortium. Yeah, that's what I've told you, that you just have to make a Bitcoin wallet, and after that you just have to link your bank account. Okay, how many Litcoins you can buy? So you can buy for 4 or 5 Litcoins. Maybe you can invest by 10,000 rupees, and you can start seeing the market every day. If you are in profit, you can book the profit. If you're in loss, just wait, because profit will always come to you. It's a very hyper market, I can say, flexible market. Okay, any other question, please, before we wind up? Yeah, so this is a question from Mr. Syed Adri, that thank you. Overall, it was a good experience. And if just in case I want to invest 20,000 rupees, will that be a good start? So let me tell you, Mr. Syed, that you can invest 10,000 rupees in Litcoin and 10,000 you can invest in Ethereum. Okay, so don't go for Bitcoin first line. So please have some profit, have some money. And once you have some profit, then you can start investing in Bitcoins, because in Bitcoins, the profit margin is very, you can say, limited, but you have to turn your profits. Okay, so once you're into profit, you can just rotate your profits. Okay. Any other question, everybody? Thank you so much. We can work on that. Thank you. No, transaction will never fail. Transaction never fails, because already you have to validate the transactions, and Bitcoin miners, they are there in order to validate those transactions. So there is no failure of transactions. Everything is secured. Yeah, that you can side with the coordinator. Yeah, I'm giving you my details. There is no need to worry. Thank you so much. Okay, so with so many advantages, are there any disadvantages in blockchain technology? So the answer is that the market is highly volatile. Once you are at the number 1, but once time you are even at the down. Okay, so that's the main thing, that the market is highly volatile. Okay, but we are the consultant, because we know the market, and we actually know what is going to happen. So I cannot tell you much about that. So that's why we don't face losses, because I have learned lots of things in that market. Yeah, no, nothing. There is no need for any demat account or anything. You just need to go to this website, which I've told you right now. You can choose any website from here. The best website that I recommend you is called, you can use for Zeppay, or you can even go for this one that is called UnoCoin. And you can start, just go for sign up and link your bank account, go for that investment in that Litcoins or other thing, and then you can start doing that money. So there is no need for demat, because there is no government over there, no centralization. No chances. But because, let me tell you again, I'm saying you that if you are not having proper knowledge, then frauds can happen. Okay, because if you talk of Bitcoin miners, only 8 out of 10 are good, 2 out of 10 are bad. And if you talk of lots of companies, so maybe you can say 30% companies are good. So you have to be very careful and vigilant when you're investing. Yeah, I'm going to share it. I'm going to share, no problems. Thank you so much. Any other good question? Don't worry. I'm going to share you my my WhatsApp number as well as my email address. There is no need to worry. Any other participant who want to have some verbal conversation, they can ask the question. They can unmute themselves and they can have the question with me.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear. Able to hear you. Please speak loudly, please.
Yeah, okay, Dr. Anand, I put up a couple of questions regarding, as you said, blockchain helps in contract management and all. So I put up a few questions, 2 questions there in the chat box. So would you please answer them?
Okay, can I, because sir, actually many people are putting the questions, so that's why I have lost your questions maybe.
Okay, so it's about the contract management. There will be contract negotiations and all. So how does blockchain helps it? Like you say, you can do a contract, you can do your business and all.
Sir, can you email me your questions, because right now I'm not able to hear you properly actually.
Okay.
Sir,
Sure,
please email me questions. So I will be giving you the response today only, by the night. I'm free right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So everybody, please, before we wind up the session now, please don't write anything for 1 minute so that everybody can have my contact number and my email address. So first of all, if you are on Instagram, everybody, and many people ask me, sir, we want to track your webinars, where you're going, where you're everything. So you can please follow me on Instagram. So you just search Anand Nair, and over there you can follow me on Instagram. This is my Instagram right now. So if you want to write me an email, you can write me over here. That is anandnair@gmail.com. This is my email. And if you want to talk to me, I just use WhatsApp. So you just save my WhatsApp, because this is my Indian WhatsApp number. I'm in Vietnam, so it is working in Vietnam. So please save this number, and after that you can message me. The message will straight away come to me. So don't call me. You can call me on WhatsApp. You can message me on WhatsApp only. So my WhatsApp number is this one. So this is my WhatsApp, everybody. So please save my WhatsApp number. Again, I type +91. Again, I'm repeating +91 9878 327635. So please save this number. This is my WhatsApp number. So right now, again, I'm repeating you that if you are working in, if you are in India, because most of the people are in India. So the most important website for trading for blockchains and Bitcoins, it is unocoin.com. That is the best website. Okay. Okay, I repeat my number. Just WhatsApp, please.
Can you just repeat once again? We could not make out. Your WhatsApp number, please.
No, it is not going to hold the paper money. It is just going to be a transaction management, so that you can transfer the money from one person to another person with just a Bitcoin wallet. So when all the wallets will be linked on the central ATM, that will be the answer for Bitcoin wallets or the Bitcoin ATMs. Even you can buy the things like that. So Bitcoin ATMs, wallets, ATMs will be the main supporting part for the front end. So you are all lucky today that you have got the blockchain and Bitcoin lecture. And actually I'm doing professional work into blockchains, even into research and even into the practical things. Even I'm earning the money, and India is now opening up the blockchains and Bitcoin. So that's a good time to enter the market. Okay. So let me tell you, even there were some of my friends that they enter into Litecoin at $8, and now they have $43 like per Litecoin over there. So that's a good thing, everybody, that this market is highly volatile. So the risk is yours, but better to have good consultants, genuine consultants, then you can earn the money. But those people who have earned money, they have earned a lot. I'm saying openly that I earned a lot. Okay, sir, I will just be online for 2 minutes. So please finalize the questions, please. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So can you please just repeat your phone number because I missed that part.
Sir, I have written my phone number 3 times.
So actually, my net got disconnected, so I have lost all the chats.
That's not an issue. I'll just post it on the groups.
But now I'm now the co-host and I'm not able to send it to everyone. You can see.
So no,
Okay.
no, that's not an issue. Nick, you're again the host. That's not an issue. If it's a request to all the participants that he has
this is my number.
shared the
This is my number.
messages. I'll also share all
Thank you.
the details which Anand sir has shared on the groups. I'll share it on all of the WhatsApp groups, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. It was a nice interaction with all of you, and I hope everybody has enjoyed the session. And if anybody has any question, they can just fire me an email, and you can fire me a WhatsApp message. Prefer they can fire me a message. Maybe I will be late for some messages because these days my schedule is over hectic, and I will be answering every WhatsApp message, and I will be answering every of your emails. So email is better to be preferred as a medium to communicate with me. So that is the answer, everybody. So thank you, Dr. Fatima, for inviting me. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So just 2 minutes. I'm very much thankful to you, sir, and I'm very much obliged. On behalf of Khaja Bandanawaz University, I'm thanking you so much for sparing us so much of time. I know you are overworked and your schedule was so tight, but you could still accommodate us. We are highly obliged and we thank.
Actually, ma'am, I'm now dead tired because in the morning I have given 3 webinars. Then I was having 1 lecture. Then I was having my lab meeting. Then again, I was having a lecture. Then 2 webinars. This was your 7th webinar that I've given today.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Since so many days I'm following you, and I know your schedule was so tight. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm equally thankful to my technical team, Dr. Asma Parveen, Bari, Mujib, everyone who has been doing a lot of work for setting up this webinar. And thankful again to my university officials who have given us the permission. Thank you all the participants for being such good participants, for giving us an opportunity to put up this webinar. And please do be connected with us in future also. And if you have got any queries regarding this webinar also, please do write on the groups. We'll definitely get it conveyed to sir, as well as I'll be sharing all his information on the WhatsApp groups. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe. Let's all be happy with our families. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And the last thing, they have to complete the feedback link. We have already posted for them to get their certificates online. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Good night, please. Thank you so much.
Good night, sir. Thank you so much.
form is ready.
Hello. Hello.
The form is given.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Feedback
ma'am.
form link has been sent to you in the chat box.
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
kindly fill up the form. You'll get certificate.
There is no question which is asking you to type your email ID in the feedback form.
Pardon, please.
So there is no text box or a question asking us to type our email ID in the feedback form actually.
Okay. Just a minute. I'll check it and I'll resend it. Okay.
Please do.
बेटा ये आवाज अनिका आवाज नहीं आ रही है आवाज नहीं आ रही
Hello.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I need the recording of the session. Could you send us that? Because it will help us for future reference, ma'am.
Okay. We'll try to arrange for that. Okay.
Please, ma'am, you try to. And I'll send my email ID. I have already shared my email ID in chat box, ma'am.
Okay.
So please try to send that, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. एक second.
Hello. Good evening, ma. Hello. Good evening. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
You send feedback on my
I'll fill the feedback form for my certificate of participation.
but whether I have to fill this feedback form or not? Hello.
Hello, I'm with you.
Whether feedback form is to be filled in or not?
I'll fill the form.
Sir, please wait
I have
for
not
just.
received.
Hello.
I have not received. You send it on my mail.
Just
Hello.
wait
I'm
for
not
2
getting
minutes.
you.
You send it on my mail. Feedback.
Okay, sir.
Feedback on my mail. This network is totally breakdown, which is for 20 minutes. I am held up for that.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sir, can you send the feedback form?
You send
How
my
to send
feedback
it?
on my mail.
After the mail, sir. Hello. 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 What is the procedure to complete the feedback form? How to
Hello.
get that feedback form?
Hello.
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 Hello. Ma'am, kindly send the feedback form, ma'am, to my mail ID, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, hello. We have shared in the chat box. You can fill it up here only. We cannot send it on mail IDs and all. Okay. It is there on the chat box. If you want, I'll post it once again.
Ma'am, kindly post once again, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, ma'am. I have already submitted the feedback form.
Okay. Okay. It
My
may
name
take
is
few
Shalu
minutes
Sharma.
because have you filled up correctly the feedback link?
Yes, ma'am. I
Email
have.
ID, the feedback. Have you filled correctly your mail ID? I wanted to ask you.
Yes, ma'am. I have.
Okay, then you have to wait for a few minutes because all have filled at the same time. So it may take a few minutes. If it is not received, you can again tell in the groups, in whichever WhatsApp group you are, then it will be sent to you personally. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am. Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.